Welcome to the Art of Listening to Your Body podcast. My name is Jin Ong and I'm your host. I love talking about the mind-body connection and how your physical body manifests your emotional state and how this leads to living a life grounded in values and driven by purpose. Hi there. Let's start talking about the different areas of the body and the deeper underlying emotions at play. The lower back is one of those common areas that many, but not all people experience issues with. It can be one of those conditions that really drags on or hums in the background. Sometimes it can be issues with lifting your child, sitting for long periods of time, which may affect your work, or it just goes on you at the slightest movement and it has you flat on your back, not able to do anything for a couple of days. I really wanted to cover this one at the moment as we're experiencing the COVID-19 virus. New Zealand is currently in what they're calling a stage 4 lockdown, which means many businesses are closed. So many people are unsure about their jobs and income, so low back pain may be quite prevalent or rear its head in a lot of people right now. In your lower back, you have 5 lumbar vertebrae. The majority of the issues are around L4-5, which are the lower 2 vertebrae. This area structurally takes a lot of load. It can present with tightness or restriction, which usually shows up as a chronic low backache, or a feeling of giving way, which can be due to long-term core weakness or stress and pressure on the disc from long periods of sitting, or heavy lifting, particularly with poor technique. You can also get these sharp acute locks where your joints feel restricted. So all of these are the structural and physical aspects of low back pain. Even if you come to see me with an issue that has been triggered by something external, I'm always interested as to why that area was weakened and why it was the spot that chose to give you issues. Many low back issues aren't due to an acute injury. They've usually been building up for a long time in the background. I'll often let my patients know about the low back emotionally and what it means, and that it's related to how stable and secure we feel in life. Stability is one of the 6 human needs. The words that you use to describe how your body feels can often describe how you feel emotionally. So words like, I feel unstable, I don't trust my back, it feels like a vice, or it's so restricted, or it feels like it's going to give way and collapse on me. So can you relate to feeling this way in your life at all? To be more specific, I relate the lower back to security around your job and finances, which is huge at the moment, with a lot of people having a stable income taken away from them. Or maybe you're not sure if your job is still going to be around to provide an income and support your lifestyle. If we look at the low back, unrelated to the current situation of COVID-19, I often see it come up when people have signed a contract on a new house and taken on a mortgage, or they're working in a job to pay their mortgage, but they hate their job, but they're too scared to change. They can be a pretty big stressor depending on how you perceive debt. The other situation is redundancies or being a contractor. So for a contractor, it may be not knowing if your contract's going to be renewed, and redundancies, whether or not you're going to find another job. The low back area is part of your base and sacral chakra. The base chakra is all about your foundations for you to flourish from. It's about your sense of survival and how you can support your structure. It's very much triggered by fear. The sacral chakra has to do with relationships and can relate to your relationship with money, so income and debts, and relationship contracts, so in the workplace or even your personal relationships. Building a house is a really good analogy. It takes time to build a strong foundation that will last so that the structure above is well supported. For me, I'm always encouraging people to follow their heart and connect with a deeper why. Get clear on your values. That for me is your foundation. To really understand why you're doing what you are and living a life in line with your values. We all have values, but some of us are very unaware of what they actually are. For example, mine are trust, honesty, respect, challenge, and growth. And these might change over time. But at the moment, I look for these things in any pursuit. even people I hang out with. I want them to stimulate these values in me. It's also about having a deeper trust in yourself that you can adapt. Again, this comes from a strong foundation. Survival is about adaptation. So, not everybody who has had financial security taken away right now will have low back issues. And I think part of that is due to mindset. Some will adapt to the situation and trust that they can make things work or make ends meet. Something else that can help is to look at your current situation. It may not be that great, but is there anything you can see yourself doing in the long term that will help smooth out your current situation? This is opposed to focusing on what's going on right now and putting out the immediate fires. This is what keeps you in your fear state, not being able to look beyond. Some of this will involve letting go of certain beliefs you have and a willingness to change. I'm an opportunist, and I hope that I can motivate you to use this time to work out what fulfills you and to start spending time on that thing you love. The more time you feed that, you'll learn to trust that it's a good place to be. When you start to express this to the outside world, people get to know the real you. You can start to attract the right people that support your ideas. And right now, it might seem completely beyond you, but doing something that you love could be something people value and actually start to financially support you. I'll leave you with this. A foundation is created when you know your core values, strengths, and your mission and your vision. Use this time and any time you have to discover what yours are. Thank you for listening to this podcast. If you enjoyed it and want to hear more, please subscribe and share this with your friends. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. My handle is The Art of Listening to Your Body. If you're interested in getting started with a foundational exercise, head to my website, planningpowerhouse.com, and grab your free core values worksheet.